pair of linear equations in two variables. We will understand why it is called pair, or why this linear equations is required in pair when it is in two variables. The content of this chapter is like this. We have to find the solution of pair of linear equation, then the type of solution, then the word problem. These are the content. The term linear, quadratic, cubic, that we have already learned in our previous chapter, that these are the terms which are related to the degree of variable. So this linear simply means the degree of variable must be one only, or variables must be one and one only. How many variables? It is indicated here. So two variables have to be used. Example, I may use x with y, or u with v, or x with t. So any of the two. Okay, so any two means any pair. I may use y with u, means only two variables we need to take, but degree of each of these variables must be 1. So these are possible. If you want to take x square and y, no, it become wrong. Why? It become a quadratic in x. So this pair is not possible. X plus y square, or x and y square, or x square y square. So these things are not possible. Or even cubic or any higher power of x is not possible. So this equation, the equation signifies that there must be equal sign, means something in LHS and something in RHS. There must be in this form. So connecting this variable with degree 1 with the constant and equal sign, we will get the form like this one. Example, say 2x plus 3y is equals to 7, or even you are writing, say 2x is equals to minus 3y plus 7, or even you are writing 2x plus 3y minus of 7 is equals to 0. All these three equations are the same. So they are same. Here the degree of each of the variable x and y, observe their degree. Their degree is 1 only. Also there is equal sign, something in left, something in right. If nothing is in left or right, that have to be equated to 0. So therefore it is linear equation. Students, two variable x and y, so it is called linear equation in two variable. So all of these three are the linear equation in two variables. Now let us continue to understand what is the solution, what is the general form of this linear equation. Students, this linear equation or pair of linear equations, pair of linear equations in two variable. So we have to take the two variable. Most commonly we are taking the variable as xy. You may take uv. Equation simply means there must be some equal sign in between anywhere, and this linear means the degree of each of the variable must be 1, and the pair means two numbers of such linear equation. Most commonly, the linear equation in two variable is denoted like this. Say, means the general form of linear equation in two variable. So students, the general form simply means in the term of some constant and variable, how it is denoted. So the general form of linear equation in two variable, just explain, there must be two kind of variable. Let us consider one as x, another as y. They must be operated, either added or subtracted. Most commonly we are taking the addition because subtraction is negative of this addition. Now these variables may have some coefficient. Let us consider the coefficient of x as a and coefficient of y as b. There, in addition to these two things, there can be independent constant. To make this equation, put the equal sign on right hand side, make it equals to 0. This is the general equation of linear equation in two variables. Just recall your concept. In class 9th or 8th, we have learned that linear equation in one variable. So linear equation in one variable, only variable x was taken, it was multiplied with x plus b, it is equals to 0. It was like this. Now, just we have learned that we need two such equation to get particular value of x and y. So that's why the pair of linear equation in general form is denoted like this. So pair of linear equations into variable. So pair of linear equations in two variable means linear equation in two variable, but we have to write two such equations. To write in simplified form and containing the same variable, same kind of constant, we are using a suffix like a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. So it is written like a1 x plus b1 y plus c1 is equals to 0. The other such equation, a2 x plus b2 y plus c2 is equals to 0. So this is the way of denoting the pair of linear equation. So pair of linear equation in two variable, their general form we will always denote like this. Example, let us understand with example also whether they are satisfying or not. Even if we are taking, say, x is equals to 5 minus 3y. A student, we can bring all these constant and variable on right hand side to the left hand side. It will turn into x plus 3y minus 5 is equals to 0. Comparing this with the standard form, we have the value of a means coefficient of x as 1, the value of b means the coefficient of y as 3, the constant term c as minus 1. So this is the meaning of denoting it in general form. A student, if we have the two such linear equation, let me take one example here. Example, we want to write the coefficient like a1, a2, b1, b2 and constant term c1, c2 for these linear equations in two variables. Say y is equals to 7x minus 5 and then 2 minus 3x is equals to y. For this pair, we have to write a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. That is the very first thing we have to learn. So always for comparison, we have to write in the standard form. So this can be written like, a student, for linear equation in two variable, keep in mind we have to deal with the two equations together. That's why it is called as pair. Or sometimes it is also called as simultaneous equation. Simultaneous or simultaneous means together. Means we have to carry these two equations together. So do not take these as independent. So even if you are writing the implied symbol, they simply means for the both equation you do the same kind of operation, or you can carry it together. Bring this 7 on the left hand side for the equation 1, or the better habit is to take this as equation 1 and take this as equation 2. After naming this as equation 1 and 2, you can write particular operation for equation 1, particular operation for equation 2. Or directly you can write this way. For the equation 1, bring this 7x on left hand side, it becomes minus of 7x. The y plus y, bring this 5 on left hand side, it will turn plus 5 is equals to 0. Also do the same thing for the second equation. This is our x. The way of writing is, first we need to write this x. So write this minus of 3x first. Bring this y on left hand side. It becomes minus of y. And 2 is already there, which is plus of 2 is equals to 0. After writing in this way, we can write the coefficient of x. So for the first equation, we are denoting it by a1. So coefficient of x is our minus 7. Minus 7. b1, the coefficient of y, it is our 1. The constant term c is our 5. For the second one, denoted as a2 minus 3. b2 minus 1 and c2 as 2. So this is the way of writing the coefficient and constant. Do not just randomly observe this equation and write 1, 2, 3, 4. No, all of them should be on the same side, either on the left hand side or either on the right hand side. So this is the way of understanding it in the standard form and writing this coefficient. As student, we will learn, even without solving this equation, we can predict whether this equation have only one pair of variable, means x and y, which satisfied it, called unique solution, or more than one pair of x and y which satisfy both this equation or both such equation, not for this, then that is called as infinite many solution. Or there may be or there may not be any value of x and y which satisfy the given equation, then that is called as no solution. For that, first determining the coefficient and constant term and writing in a standard form is very important. So that's why this is the first thing we have to keep in mind, how to compare the two equations or how to write their coefficients. Now let us go for solution, how to solve such equation. Or even before this, let me take one more example. A student, write down the question, write these equations in two variable and find coefficients and constant term. Coefficients and constant terms. Let us take the first pair as minus 7 is equals to 2x minus y. The second one is 2y plus of x is equals to 3. The second pair, let us take 3x minus y is equals to 5, and the next one is our 2 is equals to 3x. Let us do for this one only. A student, in these questions we have to first write them in the standard form in two variables, then we have to find the coefficient, here coefficient of x and y that we have to find, and also for their constant. Since the pair is given, so we have to find a1 a2, b1 b2, c1 c2, that way. First we need to write in the standard form. So for this first one, bring all this on the left hand side, that is the better habit. So this implies minus of 2x, this y will come on left hand side, plus 2y minus 7 is equals to 0, and better habit is to write x first. So x plus 2y minus of 3 is equals to 0. From here we can write the coefficient a1 from the first one minus 2, the b1, the coefficient of y 1, and c1 as minus 7. For the second equation, a2 is 1, b2 is 2, and c2 is minus. So very easy to find. Now let us come for this second part. So this second part have to be write in the same standard form. Already the first is 3x minus y minus 5, bring it on left hand side, becomes equals to 0. Now coming for the second one. For the second one we have the 3x, but this is plus 2 is equals to 0. Here y is missing. A student, though we have to write in the term of y also for the comparison. For that we have to take their coefficients as 0, as we have learned in our polynomials also, or our basic maths also. If the variable is not existent, it simply means its coefficient is taken as 0. So that's why rather than writing in this way, we need to slightly modify it by taking the y as 0. So plus of 0 into y plus of 2 is equals to 0, because 0 into y becomes 0. Therefore here you need to write from the first a1 as 3, b1 as minus 1, and c1 as minus 5. But from the second equation, the a2 obtained is 3, the b2 obtained is 0, and the c2 obtained is 2. Okay, so this is how to find the coefficient and constant. This is the first step and very useful. You will observe later. This is very useful thing. So this way, what is the standard form of linear equation in two variable? That we have learned. Why we need the pair? That we have learned. Okay, this thing we have learned. Now let us go for solving this pair of linear equations. A student, so let us write the method of solving the linear equations in two variables. Or let us first understand the meaning of solution. Solution of pair of linear equations into variables. Okay, student. So the solution here we have the two variable, and solution simply means the value of x and y. So it is the two variable x and y. So we need to find the value of x and y. Both this value we need to find pairwise, which must satisfy the given equation. So solution simply means the value of x and y, not independent but in pair. So value of x and y which satisfies both the equation at the same time. So both the equations must be satisfied. Satisfied means substituting the value of this variable, LHS should be equals to RHS. That is the simple. So type of solution of linear equation in two variables. So this type depends on, or it is on the basis of the number of pairs which is possible. So on the basis of number of pair of x and y which satisfies the given two equation, which satisfies the simultaneous equation or satisfies the pair of equations. Okay, students? Means the type of solution is based on the number of pair possible. Students, if there is only one pair of x and y which satisfy the given equation, it is called as unique. But if there is no any such pair which satisfy the equation, then it is called as no solution. And if there is more than one such pair which satisfy the equation, then it is called as infinite many solution. So let us understand carefully. If the number of pair, if it is no any pair is possible, no any pair is possible, then it is called as no solution. So no solution means the pair or the value of x and y is not possible. That is, no value of xy is possible which satisfy the given equation. Students, if we consider the two equation in which no value of x and y satisfy the given equation, then such pair of equation is called as inconsistent. Remember this term. Questions will be asked to check whether the pair of equation is consistent or inconsistent. So keep in mind, inconsistent simply means no solution. So mathematically, the term no solution is given as inconsistent. So right, such pair of equation are called, so such pair of equation is called inconsistent. Inconsistent. Remember this term. So you have to check the consistency or inconsistency. Okay, student? So first possibility for the given pair of equation is that the pair of equation cannot be solved or no value of x and y is possible, then it is called as the inconsistent. Example, let us take one example. Say x minus 3y is equals to 7. Take the second one, 3x minus 9y is equals to say 14. These are the two equations, means it is the pair of equation, and we have to find the value of x and y which satisfy both the equation. In this case, you will find that you could not get any value of x and y which satisfy both the equation. Though you may get particular value of x and y which can satisfy only one at a time, but for solution means the pair which satisfy both this first and second equation. So how to get that? For that, the condition is that compare their coefficients, you will observe certain relation. What is the relation? Here, you are observing that our A1 means the coefficient of x is our 1, B1, the coefficient of y is our -3, and C1, the coefficient, sorry, the constant term is bringing the 7 on left hand side, it becomes -7. Go for this second equation. A2 is our 3 and B2 is our -9 and C2 is our 14. Students, what relation we are observing? Very interesting thing. Students, here we are observing that if we are taking A1 by A2, it is our 1 by 3. B1 by B2, it is our minus of 3 by minus of 9. Negative sign can be cancelled. 3 can also be cancelled. This value is also 1 by 3. But if we are taking the C1 by C2, then we are getting -7 by 14. And this is minus of 1 by 2. So students, such a pair of equation in which this condition satisfies means A1 by A2 is equals to B1 by B2, but this is not equals to C1 by C2. So such equation in which the ratio of coefficients of x and y are equal, but it is not equals to the ratio of the constant term. So such equation do not have any pair or any value of x and y which satisfy both of them together. So such pair of equation is called as inconsistent. Inconsistent simply means it cannot be solved. So this is how to check consistency or inconsistency. From graph, we will also learn that this conclusion or this thing. So a student, simply such pair of equation is called as inconsistent. Means inconsistent simply means not solvable equation, or equations cannot be solved. So equations cannot be solved और नॉट सॉल्वेबल इक्वेशन. तो आप ऐसे इक्वेशंस को नहीं सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, ऐसे इक्वेशंस कहलाते हैं इनकंसिस्टेंट. बट इनकंसिस्टेंट के नंबर ऑफ सॉल्यूशन कितने होते हैं? तो नंबर ऑफ सॉल्यूशन इज नो सॉल्यूशन और नंबर ऑफ सॉल्यूशन इज 0. Do not think 0 is the value of x and y. 0 is the number of pair of x and y. So no such pair of x and y is possible. So do not have any solution. So number of solution of inconsistent equation is always 0. Okay, student? Means no pair of x and y can be determined. So keep in mind, there are two terms in context of two things. A student, this term inconsistent is in context of these equations. So equations are inconsistent. But for inconsistent equation, how many solution? The solution is no solution or 0 pair of solution is possible. Getting? So a student, inconsistent और इनकंसिस्टेंट टर्म हम इक्वेशंस के लिए यूज करते हैं, बट ऐसे इक्वेशंस जिसे आप नहीं सॉल्व कर पाते हैं उन इक्वेशंस को इनकंसिस्टेंट इक्वेशन कहते हैं। इसके क्या एक्स एंड वाई के वैल्यू हैं तो आप पता नहीं कर सकते, यू कैन नॉट डिटरमिन, मींस नॉट पॉसिबल एट ऑल, इट इज दैट। Like here, if you want to solve, solution method we will learn just in few minutes, then we will observe that either both of them are cancelled, means the variable itself do not exist, and mathematics के जो basic rules है वो violate हो जाते हैं, like LHS RHS equal नहीं हो पाता है, या LHS कुछ और something equals to something, you can try it। देखिए हम आप एक से निकाल के दूसरे में जब सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे x के वैल्यू को, तो आप देखेंगे कि लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में हो सकते हैं 0 आए और समथिंग एल्स आए, और कुछ और कांस्टेंट नंबर आएगा, राइट हैंड साइड में कुछ और भी कांस्टेंट नंबर आएगा, दैट वी विल सी। और आप चाहते हैं तो मैं अभी आपको करके दिखलाता हूं। जस्ट इसको चेक करने के लिए हम क्या करते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, इस पूरे इक्वेशंस को हम 3 से मल्टीप्लाई कर देते हैं एंड इसके साथ हम इसे सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं, इट बिकम 3x minus 3x and this is 3 3s are 9x प्लस ऑफ 9x। आप देखेंगे ये भी कैंसिल हो गया, ये भी कैंसिल हो गया, बट ये 7 3s are 21। इसका मीनिंग क्या है, आप जब इसे सब्ट्रैक्ट करके लिख रहे हैं तो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में क्या बच गया, 0 बच गया, बट राइट हैंड साइड में 7 3s are 21 माइनस 14 7 बच गया। देखिए इस समय क्या हो रहा है, 0 is equals to 7, इज इट पॉसिबल? ये तो मैथ्स को ही पूरा वायलेट कर रहा है ना, सो ऐसा तो पॉसिबल नहीं। इसका मीनिंग क्या है कि एक्स एंड वाई का वैल्यू नहीं पॉसिबल है। सो मैथ्स के सबसे बेसिक चीज है, जो बेसिक लॉज हैं और कंट्राडिक्शन है, ऑलवेज ध्यान में रखना, उन्हीं के बेसिस में हम बहुत सारे कंक्लूजन करते हैं मैथमेटिक्स में, सो दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। ओके स्टूडेंट, मोर वी विल लर्न व्हाइल वी विल सॉल्व इट। सो स्टूडेंट, इट इज दिस वन, सो दिस इज द वन थिंग। नाउ let us come for the other category. Students, in graph, even in class 9th or in our earlier standard, we have learned that if we are plotting a graph and we are plotting two lines, so one is this and other is this. This was the line for some linear equation, this was the second. What was obtained? This was called as the solution of these two. So no solution, what does it mean? It simply means these two equations are not intersecting. So for the no solution, if you draw the graph, you will observe that these two graphs will always be parallel. It simply means that. So we have to write one thing more. So the condition for the two equations which cannot be solved is this one, and their graph is parallel line. ये चीज आप ध्यान में रखिए, अभी हम ग्राफ प्लॉट करेंगे, आपको दिखाएंगे। Means here on this axis you are plotting some x, on this axis you are plotting this y, the two graph that you will obtain. So this is corresponding to this line 1 or equation 1, because linear equation represent a straight line. This is our line 2. So this was for the line 1, this was for the line 2. These two are not meeting, means not intersecting, no solution. That is the meaning of this graph. So this way we have just understood there are certain pair of linear equations which cannot be solved. It is that is called as inconsistent. ये टर्म्स याद रखिए स्टूडेंट, डायरेक्ट आपको क्वेश्चन ये पूछे जाएंगे, चेक वेदर द इक्वेशन इज कंसिस्टेंट और इनकंसिस्टेंट। ओके, अभी हम ये भी क्वेश्चन करने वाले हैं। Then the other category means based on the number of solution is that these some equations can be solved together. Okay, so how to solve them, that we will see later, but let us understand. While we are able to solve the equation, means the pair of x and y is possible. There can be only one pair or maybe more than one pair. So either there can be only one pair, or if it is more than one pair, then it cannot be 2 pair, 3 pair or 4 pair, rather infinite number of pairs. So only two situation arises. Either only one pair or infinite number of pair. So this is possible for the equation which can be solved. So the other category or the second category, pair of solution is possible. Means solution means the x and y together, or pair of x and y is possible. That is, equations can be solved. Equations can be solved. For inconsistent equation, here we have written, equations cannot be solved. It is very important, student. Here, the equations can be solved. So such pair of equations which can be solved are called as consistent. ये term आप याद रखेंगे. देखिए, ये inconsistent means no solution or cannot be solved. Such pair of equations which can be solved are called as consistent. So such pair of equations which can be solved is called consistent. Okay, student? So keep in mind, this is consistent, it is inconsistent. Now, when the pair of equation can be solved, two situations arises. Either one pair of x and y is possible, or infinite many pair of x and y is possible. So, right? For this consistent, simply means solution is possible. So this simply means x and y is possible. But still the two situation arises. One is called as only one pair of xy is possible. That is, only one pair of xy satisfies the given equation. So such a solution is called as unique solution. So such solution, a student, this is the unique solution. Term is related to the x and y, but this consistent term is related to the equation. तो ये दोनों आपको ध्यान में रखने, कौन किसके कंटेक्स्ट में और किससे रिलेटेड चीजों को इंडिकेट करता है. So such solution is called as unique solution. Unique means only one. It simply means only one. जिसे आप हिंदी में अद्वितीय बोलते हैं. अद्वितीय मीन्स उसका कोई मैच नहीं, वैसा फिर दोबारा नहीं होगा. That's why it is only one pair. So such pair of solution will satisfy that equation only. उस इक्वेशन के अलावे आप मैथ में कोई और दूसरा इक्वेशन लिख ही नहीं सकते हैं जो कि उसको सेटिस्फाई करे. दूसरा इक्वेशन यदि आप लिखते भी हैं तो इट विल श्योरली बी इन मल्टीपल ऑफ दैट इक्वेशन ओनली. अदरवाइज मैथ्स में ऐसा फिर नया ना इक्वेशन पॉसिबल है, और यदि आपने दूसरा इक्वेशन बनाया तो ना वो सॉल्यूशन पॉसिबल है. ओके नो, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड एज यूनिक. लाइक ऑल द ह्यूमंस आर यूनिक इन इटसेल्फ, ऐसे ही मैथ में भी है कि ये जो इक्वेशन मिलेगा, ये जो सॉल्यूशन मिलेगा, एक पर्टिकुलर पेयर ऑफ इक्वेशन के लिए मिलेगा. यदि इक्वेशन बदल जाएंगे तो सॉल्यूशन बदल जाएंगे, या यदि आपने सॉल्यूशन बदल दिए तो इक्वेशन को सेटिस्फाई नहीं करेगा. ओके, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड एज यूनिक. एग्जांपल, let us consider simply x plus y is equals to 7 and x minus y is equals to 1. So simple kind of thing. A student, just by trial, we are getting that x is equals to, if we are taking 4 and y is equals to 3, it is satisfying both this equation. 4 plus 3 is 7, 4 minus 3 is 1. So this is the only possible solution. It is only possible solution. Solution means the pair of x and y which satisfy this pair of equation. You cannot find any other than this value. Okay, you try throughout your life, but you cannot get for this equation the other value of x and y. That's why it is called as unique. Students, let me take some more example. So this is the equation 1. Let us take the second or example 2. Let me take, say 3x plus 2y is equals to 5 and x plus y is equals to 2. Observe it. Here x is 1 and y is 1. So this is the only solution. Only solution. Students, the condition like in the term of a1, a2, b1, b2 for this unique solution is also possible. What is that condition? So here in this case you will observe that this, take this a1, a2, b1, b2 here. You can get it by the similar fashion as we have done here. Let me write the result directly. In this case, keep in mind a1 by a2 should not be equals to b1 by b2. It is the only criteria. Student, but still you have to understand it carefully. a1 by a2 is not equals to b1 by b2. Means the ratio of the coefficients of variables should not be equal, then the two equations will surely have one and only one pair of solution. It is that way. A student, this relation also indicate that it doesn't depends on C1 by C2. तो यूनिक सॉल्यूशन आपके C1 C2 के रेशियो पे नहीं डिपेंड करता है. दैट इज, it may be possible that this a1 by a2 is not equals to b1 by b2. This may be equals to c1 by c2, or this a1 by a2 may not be equals to b1 by b2, and that may not be equals to c1 by c2. Or it may be possible that the c1 by c2 is equals to a1 by a2, which is not equals to b1 by b2. Therefore, for checking the unique solution, you have to check only the ratio of the coefficients of variables. Leave the ratio of constant terms. A student, like here you can see, what was our a1 by a2? 1 by 1. What was our b1 by b2? 1 by minus 1. Let me write here also. a1 was our 1, a2 was also our 1. Therefore, our a1 by a2 is equals to 1 by 1. It is 1. If we are taking the b1 by b2, our b1 is our plus 1 coefficient of y, but b2 is our minus 1. This is minus 1. Now, can this one be equal to minus 1? No, these two are different. So they simply indicate A1 by A2 is equals to B1 by, sorry, is not equals to B1 by B2. So this is the only condition. If A1 by A2 is not equals to B1 by B2, then surely that can be solved, and there will be only one pair of X and Y which satisfy the two. So this is the condition we have to keep in mind. A student, if we draw the graph for this, so if we draw the graph for this second case, you will find that the graph will surely intersect at only one point. They will not be parallel, rather they will intersect. Whatever this point, the coordinate of this point, this X coordinate and their Y coordinate gives this X and Y value. That much simple. Why? Because this line represent the points or the value of X and Y, which is satisfying this equation. For the second line or for the second equation, we have drawn this line. One may write, this is our L1, this is our L2. So this is the only point which is common to both. So we have to find the value of X and Y which is common to both. So in this case, just write here, graph is intersecting. Okay, student? They are intersecting, means they will cut at only one point. This is the second case. Now let us come to the third case. Students, what we have observed, A1 by A2 equals to B1 by B2 not equals to C1 by C2. In that case, or such a solution or such an equation do not have any solution. Their graph will be parallel. But if A1 by A2 is not equals to B1 by B2, then the graph will be intersecting, and such equation can be solved, and only one pair of X and Y is possible. Also keep in mind, this A1 by A2 not equals to B1 by B2, this signifies that whether this is equals to C1 by C2 or not equals to C1 by C2, that doesn't matter. It is important thing to understand. Please do not miss. Now the third situation and the last one. So here we are getting that for the consistent equations. So for this consistent equations, if only one pair of X and Y is possible, then it is called as unique solution. And there may be possible that more than one pair of X and Y or infinite pair of X and Y is possible. So directly write infinite pair of XY is satisfying. Is possible means it satisfies the equation. That is, it satisfies equation. Keep in mind. Do not forget this. So infinite many means surely it will be more than one. Then it will not stop to 2. It can be 3, 4, 5, 700, 10,000, lakhs. Throughout life you can search even new. Still some more solution will be left. Okay, it's that much simple. So student, such solution is called as infinite many solution. So write, such solution is called as infinite many solution. Infinite many solution, or many a time only many solutions will be written, or many a time infinite solution or infinite many solution together it will be written. So you have to understand. So these are the three kind of solution that we have listed. A student, no solution, two equations cannot be solved. Unique solution, two equations can be solved, but only one pair of X and Y is there. Infinite many solutions means more than one pair of X and Y is possible, and this is possible only if the solution the equations can be solved. Okay. Collectively, if the equations can be solved, it is called as consistent equations. Okay. So such pair of equation is called as consistent or consistent equations or consistent system of equations. Everything mean the same thing. Okay, student? Whether written consistent equations or consistent system of equation also mean the same thing. Here we are using the term system of equation. Why? Because we are using this in the pair. Okay, now? Like this is in the pair. So this together is forming one system of equation. Okay? And since these are solved together, so this is also called as simultaneous equation. So this term, pair of equation, system of equation, simultaneous equation, these are used for the same reference. Okay? अलग अलग बुक में आपको कहीं सिस्टम ऑफ इक्वेशन लिखे रहेंगे, कहीं लीनियर इक्वेशन इन टू वेरिएबल मींस पेयर ऑफ इक्वेशन लिखे रहेंगे, कहीं सिमल्टेनियस इक्वेशन लिखे रहेंगे, एक ही चीज है. यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड. So this way we have come to this third category where infinite many solution. Example. So student, let us take x plus 2y is equals to 4 and 3x plus 6y is equals to 12. Taking x equals to 2 and y is equals to 1, substituting the first one, it is 2 plus 2, it is 4. Taking the second one, 3 2s are 6 plus 6, it is 12. Both the equations are satisfied by this value of x and y. Now, let us choose the other value of x and y. So this 2 and 1 is one possibility. It's okay. Let us try with the other. What could be the other thing? A student, let us take x is equals to say 6 and y is equals to 1. X is equals to 6, y is equals to 1. Let us try for this one. Substituting 6 in the first one, 6 my plus 2. Sorry, take the other one, not this. This is not possible. 6 and y is equals to 1 is not possible because it will 6 plus 2, it become 8. Let me take some other value of x and y. So you have to try with some other value of x and y. So let us take x is equals to 0 and y is equals to 2. X is 0, y is 2. So try with that one. We have to search the possible solution. Y is 2. Let us try with this one. Substituting 0 in first, 0 plus 2 2s are 4. Right hand side is 4. Okay. Try with the second one. 0 into 3 is 3 and 2 into 6 is 12. It means what? This 0 and 2 is the other possible solution. A student, let us try the other one. This I have taken. This I have taken. Even you can get many more. Let me try for one more. Let us take y is equals to 0 at this time. The third one, let us take x is equals to 4 and y is equals to 0. Substitute x is equals to 4 in first, y is 0, 2 into 0 become 0. So 4 plus 0 is 4. Okay. Now substitute x equals to 4 in second, 4 3s are 12 plus 0 is 12. So this 4 and 0 are the other solution. Here I have written just only the 3, but you can get infinite many, even some in negative, some in positive, so many more can be obtained. Students, in this case, what we are observing? We are observing that ratio of A1 by A2, it is our 1 by 3. B1 by B2, it is 2 by 6, which is also 1 by 3. C1 by C2, observe, 4 by 12 is also 1 by 3. Students, so this for this infinite many solution, the condition is that A1 by A2 must be equal to B1 by B2 must be equals to C1 by C2. This is the condition. And if we draw the graph of this, then you will observe that the two graphs will hide each other. Means first, if you are plotting the graph by some points for equation 1, it will be this one. Other, if you plot, you will observe over the same line, these points will, or for the new line, the graph will fall. Means one will overlap each other. This simply indicate that these two equations are not different, though written in differently, but they are actually the same thing. How? If you multiply the first equation by 3, you are able to get the second equation. Multiplying left hand side by 3, 3x, 6y, right hand side is 12. Observe this second. So what we are getting? If the pair of equations are such that other equations can be derived just by multiplying the one of the equation, then they will have infinite many solutions. Students, this term, like one of this equation can be derived from the other either by multiplying one or dividing the other. Means one equation is just depending on other. Means these two equations are not different, rather these two equations are the same thing and they are depending on each other. Therefore a different name is given. That name is called as dependent equations. So such equations, or for infinite many solution, one more term is there, that is called as dependent equations. So such equations are called as dependent equation. तो स्टूडेंट ये टर्म सबको ध्यान में रखेंगे. These are dependent equations. Means one equation is depending on other. Means if we are multiplying the first equation by some number, we are getting second, or we are operating the second by some number, we may get the first. Okay, so that's why it is also called as dependent. Now coming to the graph, or regarding this graph, here we are getting that graph is just laying one over another. So such a graph is called as overlapping. Overlapping. So this is for the third situation. This we had drawn was for the second situation. This was for our first situation. So in the first situation, we have obtained the parallel lines. In the second situation, we have obtained these intersecting lines. Intersecting graph or lines. The third situation, where they are not different, that's why one of the graph lies over the another, it is called as overlapping. So right here, graph is overlapping. This graph we will also draw. So for different situations, we will draw the graph, we will check its solution. So student, what we have learned, let us conclude each and everything. So regarding this solution, solution simply means finding the pair of x and y which satisfy the given equation. Depending on the number of possible pairs, different kind of system of equations are there. If there is no such pair of x and y is possible, it is called as no solution, and the system of equation is called as inconsistent equation or inconsistent system of equation. But if the solution is possible, it is called as consistent system of equation. No solution is possible means no pair of x and y is possible. But if the system is consistent, means the solution is possible. So the two situations arises, either there will be only one pair of x and y, or there will be infinite pair of x and y. If there is only one pair of x and y, it is called as unique solution. If more than one pair of x and y is possible, means large number of x and y is possible, infinite number of x and y is possible. That's why it is named as infinite many solution. Okay, do not forget these things. There are certain conditions for this no solution or unique solution or infinite many solution. Mathematically, by observing the given system of equations, we can find whether it have the no solution, unique solution, or infinite many solution. Student, for that we need to find the ratio of coefficients and constant term. If the ratio of coefficients are equal and not equal to constant term, then it is no solution. Okay, in this case, if we draw the graph of these two lines or two linear equations, we will get they will be parallel. But if there is unique solution, for the unique solution, the ratio of coefficients of the variables must be same. Sorry. For the unique solution, the ratio of coefficients must not be equal. But this may or may not be equal to the ratio of constant term. Keep in mind. So only just check this one, this part, whether a1 by a2 is equals to b1 by b2. Forget whether this is equals to c1 by c2 or not equals to c1 by c2. It is this one. The third situation, where infinite many solution. In this situation, students, keep in mind, this arises like this. a1 by a2 is equals to b1 by b2. Then ensuring that if this is also equals to c1 by c2, then it will have the infinite many solution. But recall once more, if a1 by a2 is equals to b1 by b2, but this was not equals to c1 by c2, then it have no solution. Getting no? So do not confuse with these two things. Student, things are very simple. If a1 by a2 is not equals to b1 by b2, unique solution. If a1 by a2 is equals to b1 by b2, not equals to c1 by c2, no solution. If a1 by a2 is equals to b1 by b2 is equals to c1 by c2, infinite many solutions. These are the three things that you have to keep in mind. A student, for infinite many solution, if we draw the graph will overlap each other. This infinite many solution is not two different equations, rather it is only one equation. And I had explained in the beginning, see here, students, in beginning I had explained you that if we have only one equation, then there can be infinite such pairs. So that's why even we are given with two equations which are in multiple of each other, then it is same as if we were given only one equation. That's why this situation or this third situation is called as dependent equations. Means these two are not different equations, rather one is depending on the other or one is derived from the other. It's that much simple. Okay, student? So let us summarize it in a new fashion. Students, तो आप यहां से इसे ध्यान में रखिए और जितना चीज हमने पढ़ाया उसको हम समरी के फॉर्म में अभी हम लिखेंगे. लीनियर इक्वेशंस को दो तीन तरीके से भी हम लोग याद करेंगे. सो वी हैव लीनियर इक्वेशंस, इसे हम सॉल्व कर सकते हैं या नहीं कर सकते हैं. तो दो चीजें होंगी. तो कैनॉट बी सॉल्व. तो यदि आप नहीं सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, इट इज कॉल्ड एज इनकंसिस्टेंट. inconsistent pair of equation or system of equation. Another one is called as consistent system of equation. Consistent system of equations. Okay, student? Inconsistent simply means no solution. Simply means no solution. No value of x and y can be determined. For the consistent system of equation, the two situations arises: either infinite many solution, infinite many solution, or unique solution. Unique solution. How to identify whether there is no solution or infinite many solution or unique solution? So we have the linear equation in two variable, means surely we will be given with two general form: a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equals to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equals to 0. हम मानते हैं स्टूडेंट कि अपने पास ऐसे कोई दो लीनियर इक्वेशन इन टू वेरिएबल विल बी गिवन. उनके सॉल्यूशंस हमें पता करना है, whether they can be solved or not, means whether they are consistent or not. If consistent, infinite many solution, or only one solution or unique solution. So this is unique solution, और इसको simply one solution लिखते हैं, mean the same thing. A student, mathematically it is very convenient. If a1 by a2 is equals to b1 by b2, and this is not equals to c1 by c2, keep in mind, then the equation will be under no solution, or such set of equations cannot be solved. For infinite, a1 by a2 will be equals to b1 by b2 will also be equals to c1 by c2. Keep in mind, this is the only difference. For the unique solution, a1 by a2 is not equals to b1 by b2. This is the condition. Whether this is equals to c1 by c2 or not equals to, that doesn't matter. And that is, it may be possible that a1 by a2 is not equals to b1 by b2, and that may also not be equals to c1 by c2. It may also be possible a1 by a2 is not equals to b1 by b2, and that is equals to c1 by c2. Student, it may also be possible that c1 by c2 ratio is same as a1 by a2, but still it is not equals to b1 by b2. Okay, c1 by c2 not equals to a1 by a2, not equals to b1 by b2 is exactly the same. So these three things are already included in this statement. So whether this condition are existing or not, no need to check for c1 by c2, just check this one. Student, this is how to identify. So student, again the method 2 or second way, if we are given with a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equals to 0, and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equals to 0. The things are very simple. We need to calculate only these ratios: a1 by a2, b1 by b2, and c1 by c2. These ratios we need to write. After this, you must keep in mind, if this is not equals to, or let me write for this as equal, and here also equal, then means at both the places, if there is equal, means in between this, okay, no, equal sign is there, equal sign is there, it is called as infinite solution or infinite many solution. The second situation, this first a1 by a2 is equals to b1 by b2, but this is not equals to, then it have no solution. So here we are getting it is only this, whether it is equals to C1 by C2 or not equals to C1 by C2, directly change from no solution to the infinite many solution. Third is this is not equals, then it have the unique solution. It doesn't matter whether here it is equal or here it is also not equal. Okay, that doesn't matter, both mean the same thing. So these are the three possibilities that we have to keep in mind. And on these three possibilities, we are having these three kind of solutions. So the entire summary is only this much. A student, just write few more things. Their graph, regarding the graph here, this is the mathematical condition. The graph is parallel. Here, graph overlapping, and here graph intersecting. So whatever the concepts we have learned and we have summarized, based on this we are going to solve the questions. Okay student, बहुत easy है. अभी आप देखेंगे जो चीज आपको सिखाया बहुत ही easy है. Next day I will start with the solution. Let us come to the first question. In these questions we have to check whether this system of equations, means the pair of equation, whether they are consistent or not, means whether they can be solved or not. The next part is if they can be solved, how many solutions, or not solved, then no solution. That all we have to give. A student, the very first thing you have to write the A1, A2, B1, B2, those things from here. It's that much simple. So what is our A1? So A1 is here our 3. What is our B1? Minus 5. What is our C1? Bring this 7 on left hand side, then you need to check. Okay, if you are facing difficulty, then you first write on left hand side, equate it to 0, or you may write directly minus 7. That doesn't matter. ये ज्यादा मैटर नहीं करते, आपने रीअरेंज करके लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में लिखे हैं या नहीं लिखे हैं, बट साइन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू. The second one, our A2 coefficient of x from this second equation, B2 the same 3, and C2 minus 5. Here take the ratio, means what is our A1 by A2? It is our 3 by 2. Here B1 by B2 is our minus 5 by 3. A student, just we can write C1 by C2 minus 7 by minus 5. Even minus is there, that can be cancelled. Even from here we are observing that from these two, even we are concluding that this A1 by A2 is not equals to B1 by B2, because 3 by 2 cannot be equals to minus 5 by 3. So here A1 by A2 is not equals to B1 by B2. So from this we can say the two things. What is that? The system of equation is consistent and number of solution is 1. So it is consistent system of equations, and the solution is unique solution. That is, number of solution is only 1, or one solution. What is that value? Value is not asked, value we will learn tomorrow. Now let us come for the second one. A student, again write for the xyz from this first equation. Here from this first we are observing that y is missing. It simply means 7x plus of 0y minus of 5 is equals to 0. Okay, wherever the variable is missing, their coefficients have to be taken as 0. So we need to compare these two. Here our A1 is 7, B1 is 0, C1 is minus 5. A2 is from the second equation 3, B2 is minus 2 and C2 is 3. So student, जब आप शुरू करें तो A1, A2, A3 सॉरी A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2 आप सेपरेटली लिख लीजिए, but later on by practice directly you can observe the ratio or directly you can write the ratio itself. So here we are observing A1 by A2, this is our 7 by 3, but B1 by B2, this is our 0 by 2, means it is our 0. What we are observing? These two are different. These two are different. Therefore, it is consistent and unique solution. Okay, this way we have observed. Let us come for the third one. Again, we need to write in the form of their standard form. So the first one, we have this 7x minus 2y minus 5 is equals to 0. From the second equation, we have 14x minus 4y minus of 7 is equals to 0. Okay, students? So this thing. Now, we have to take A1, A2, A3, sorry, A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. A1 from this first equation, observe this standard form. 7, B1 minus 2, C1 minus 5. Coming for the second equation, A2 14, B2 minus 4, C2 is our minus 7. Now take the ratio. A1 by A2 is our 7 by 14. B1 by B2 is minus 2 by minus 4. C1 by C2 minus 5 by minus 7. Whether any ratio is equal, for that first you need to simplify the ratio if it can be. So 7 2s are, so this is 1 by 2. This is minus minus getting cancelled and this is also getting cancelled. It is also 1 by 2. So what we are getting? This A1 by A2 is 1 by 2. B1 by B2 is also 1 by 2. But C1 by C2 is 5 by 7. What we are observing from here? A1 by A2 is equals to B1 by B2, but this is not equals to C1 by C2. Okay, students? So this way, we are able to understand that so this tells us that when A1 by A2 is equals to B1 by B2 is not equals to C1 by C2, this is the condition of no solution. So two things, it is inconsistent equation and the other one is no solution. So both of the things are concluded from here. So I hope it is very simple. Let me take just one more question, then I will stop the question. Student, let us solve this first question where we have to find the value of m for this system of equation having unique solution. So whatever the given condition, you need to apply it to form the equation. So write for unique solution. Wherever unique solution, mathematically we have this A1 by A2 should not be equals to B1 by B2. Forget for the other inequality, say C1 by C2. Okay, so right, This implies substitute the value of A1, A2, B1, B2 here. Students, you need to first find the value of A1. What is A1? Directly you may observe and write from here. Or initially, if you are facing some problem, then first you write in a standard form, calculate the value of A1, A2, B1, B2 as I had explained earlier. Okay. So student, our A1 for the first equation, the coefficient of X, it is 1. For this A2, coefficient of X from the second equation, it is our 3. This should not be equals to, from this first equation, coefficient of Y will give the B1, it is our 2. And the coefficient of Y from the second equation, minus M. So we have to solve this inequality. How to solve? Go for cross multiplication. So minus M should not be equals to 3 to the 6. Or send this minus on other side, M should not be equals to minus 6. What then? What could be the possible value of M? In that way the question is asked. Many a time in MCQs, directly M should not be equals to minus 6 may be there, or it may be concluded in some other way. Student, M is any integer or any real number. So what this indicate? For the real number, I can have the any value over this number line. But here it indicates that this is our real number line from minus infinity to infinity. This indicates that only M should not be minus 6. If minus 6 is here, this value to be removed from this set of real number line. So what could be the value of M? So M should be equals to any real number excluding 6. Real number excluding 6. So this system, this is the English statement, but in mathematics we are writing the mathematical form. So any real number is denoted by R. In that we need to remove the only one real number, which is our 6. So keep this 6 inside a bracket and just remove it. So from this real number, this 6 is removed. It's that much easy. I hope everyone is getting. Means if anyone is asking give the 3 values of M, then what will be? This implies you are free to choose M as 0, 5, 4, minus 2, 3, anything you are free to choose. But M should never be chosen as minus 6. Okay now student? This is the significance of this. So in your MCQs or in your question, M may be asked or may be given either M is not equals to or M is equals to. तो आपको दोनों ही सीखने हैं. हाँ, it is important. Students, let us come for the question number 2. Here we have to find the value of M for infinite many solution. For infinite many solution, what is the condition? First you write that one. So write for infinite many solution, write down the condition. It is our A1 by A2 should be equals to B1 by B2 should be equals to C1 by C2. Students, go for substituting the values of A1 by A2, B1 by B2 and C1 by C2 here. A1 means from the first equation, it is our 2 by the second equation, 6 should be equals to, right from the first equation, B1 minus M, B2 5, and this should be equals to, this C1 is our 4 by 12. Okay students? So this we need to find. Now keep in mind, there are 2 equal signs in between this. So 3 ratios are equal. So here the important thing is that this ratio gives us 2 linear equations. One is this ratio, another this ratio, another this ratio. Student, you always follow this method. Okay, wherever more than one ratios are equal, I can equate either first and second, make one equation. I can equate second and third, I can make one equation, or I may take the first and third. So wherever three ratios are there, I have three choice. But ultimately you will get the two equation, because you will observe that one of the equation is combination of other two. So for forming the equation, so in this case the idea is that frame equation from 1 and 2, or 2 and 3, or 1 and this way you will get two equations. आपको दो equations मिलने वाले हैं. We can try with either, and the m value must be same. If it is not same, then that m is not possible here. More such question we will do, because one of the important topic is finding the value of unknown for different condition. हम कल भी ऐसे क्वेश्चन करेंगे. आप तो आपको हमने बेसिक चीजें बताई हैं, एंड आप थोड़े घर में ताकि प्रैक्टिस कर सकें. सो स्टूडेंट, राइट दिस फ्रॉम 1 and 2. ध्यान दीजिए, यहां आपको दोनों साइड सॉल्व करने पड़ेंगे स्टूडेंट. ऐसा नहीं कि आपने एक साइड से सॉल्व कर लिया, दूसरे साइड सॉल्व नहीं किए, एंड दोनों से यदि सेम वैल्यू नहीं आए तो वो m का वैल्यू पॉसिबल नहीं रहेगा. ओके, इसीलिए यहां दोनों साइड से सॉल्व करना. मैं एक और भी क्वेश्चन लेकर अभी आपको सिखाऊंगा. सो फ्रॉम 1 and 2 व्हाट वी हैव, 2/6 should be equals to minus of m by 5. A student, let us go for the cross multiplication. It is 3, so 5/3 और minus of 5/3 is equals to m. और यदि आपको डाउट है तो आप पहले माइनस साइन को इधर ही रखिए, अब आप इसे इधर ले आइए. सो m वैल्यू इज minus of 5/3. ये आपने देखा. स्टूडेंट ध्यान दीजिए, हम लोगों ने 1 and 2 को सॉल्व करके ये m वैल्यू निकाला है, बट ये m वैल्यू सेम हमें 2 and 3 से भी मिलने चाहिए, तभी तो ये रेशियो इक्वल होंगे. So let us try whether it is coming the same or not. So 2 and 3. Student, यदि आप 2 and 3 लेते हैं, minus of m/5 should be equals to 4/12. Yes, 4 3s are. Here we are also getting m is minus 5/3. Therefore, from both the side we are getting the m value is minus of 5/3. So this is the required value. If m value is not coming the same, then that will not be the correct value. Okay, let us go for the next question. Student, let us come for the third question. Here again we have to find the value of m for no solution. So write the condition for the no solution, apply it for no solution or inconsistency. The condition is a1/a2 should be equals to b1/b2, should be or should not be equals to c1/c2. So we need to ensure this. Substitute a1 coefficient of x 1, a2 coefficient of x from second equation 3 should be equals to b1 minus 1 and b2 minus 3 should not be equals to 3, and it is our 2m. See, student, these are getting cancelled. So here itself we are getting that the first two ratios are coming equal and the third one is not equal sign is there. So whether you are taking this first, second or third, whether you have to calculate this m for that, surely you need to take this third. Whether you equate this third with the second or third with the first, you will get the same result. Okay, student? So this implies from 1 and 3, or student whether you are taking 2 and 3, you will get the same thing. 1 by 3 should not be equals to, it is 2, student, 3 by 2m. So it is our 3 by 2m. Bring this m on left hand side, do the cross multiplication, 9 by 2. So m should not be equals to 9 by 2. Other than 9 by 2, m can have any value. It simply means that. So m can be any other real number excluding 9 by 2. That's that much. So this is how to calculate the unknown from the condition given whether the solution is equal, solution is unique or no solution or infinite many solution. Okay, student, just 1 minute. Let me give some more clarification for this second case. सेकेंड केस का भी हम एक चीज और भी आपको बता देते हैं छोटा सा, क्योंकि आपके क्वेश्चंस में आप आएंगे तो आप फंस सकते हैं, इसलिए मैं आपको बतलाता हूं. फॉर इनफाइनाइट मेनी सॉल्यूशन. So let us solve this question. A student, we are given with the two equations. We have to check for the m or find the value of m for infinite many solution. So what is the condition given? You apply that. So here we have to check for infinite many solution. So for infinite many solution, write down the condition. It is our a1 by a2 should be equals to b1 by b2 should be equals to c1 by c2. This is the primary requirement and it must be satisfied. Let us substitute the value of a1, a2 from the equations given. A student, a1 is our 1, b1 is our 2, coefficient of x. Now coming for this, sorry, a1 is our 1, a2 is our 2, the coefficient of x. Now come for b1, b2. So in the first equation, y is already on left hand side, so b1 is our minus m. But in the second equation, a student, remember that this y is on the right hand side. So first bring it on the left hand side, then take. Bringing it on the left hand side, it becomes minus 4y, so it will be minus 4. And this should be equals to our c1 on the left hand side minus 5, it's okay, but bringing this 10 on left hand side, this will turn into plus, so it is our plus 10. Okay student, this way. So directly by observing you can write, but be careful, first take the sign while it was brought on left hand side. Okay, so keep in mind. Now a student, this sign can be cancelled. As students, observe this very interesting thing, is equals to m by 4 is equals to, cancel this also to, but sign cannot be removed, minus 1. So a student, these three ratios have to be equal. Whether it can be, is it possible? Please learn this concept. A student, again you need to take this as 1, 2 and 3. जो मेथड्स हम बतलाते हैं पूरा परफेक्ट तरीके से आपको सीखने हैं और आपको ऐसे ही अप्लाई करिए, आपको रिजल्ट पक्का मिलेगा. स्टूडेंट, इवन बिफोर सॉल्विंग दिस इक्वेशन वी कैन कंक्लूड, दैट वुड बी द वन थिंग, और बाय अप्लाइंग द मेथड वी कैन कंक्लूड. तो चलिए हम दोनों चीजें आपको बताएंगे अभी. देखिए, यदि आप पहले 2 लेते हैं, इससे आपको 1 by 2 should be equals to m by 4. इसका मीनिंग है दिस विल कम हियर, सो द वैल्यू ऑफ m विल बी 4 by 2, इट इज आवर 2. तो देखिए यहां से बोलते हैं फर्स्ट एंड 2 टेल्स दैट द वैल्यू ऑफ m शुड बी 2. फ्रॉम द सेकेंड एंड थर्ड, दिस m by 4 minus 1 by 2. तो यहां जब आप इस 4 को इधर सेंड करेंगे, इट विल बी minus 2. अच्छा, अभी देखिए अब आप इस दोनों से देखिए तो क्या बोल रहा है, फर्स्ट वन टेल्स दैट m शुड बी 2 एंड सेकेंड वन टेल्स दैट m शुड बी -2, बट m इज एट ओनली वन पोजीशन एंड m इज लीनियर। तो क्या m का दो वैल्यू ऐसा पॉसिबल है कि एक बार इसके लिए हो जाए एक बार इसके लिए हो जाए? सो यहां से ये इंडिकेट करता है कि m इज नॉट पॉसिबल, नॉट पॉसिबल। इट इज वन थिंग। स्टूडेंट, आपने इससे पहले भी आप ध्यान दे सकते थे, एंड इवन वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड इन अ बेटर मैनर दैट, स्टूडेंट अभी आप जरा ध्यान दीजिए, ये तीनों रेशियोज इक्वल होने हैं, बट यदि आप यहां ये ध्यान दे रहे होंगे तो फर्स्ट रेशियो इज 1/2, बट थर्ड रेशियो इज -1/2। सो कैन दिस 1/2 इक्वल टू -1/2? ये इक्वल हो सकता है क्या? मैथ्स में 1/2 एंड -1/2 कभी इक्वल होता है क्या? साइन हैव इट्स ओन इंपॉर्टेंस। सो विच इज नॉट पॉसिबल, यहीं से पता चलता है कि विच इज नॉट पॉसिबल, यहीं से पता चलता है कि जो हमारे क्वेश्चन दिए हुए हैं इसमें m के किसी भी वैल्यू के लिए ये तीनों रेशियोज इक्वल नहीं हो सकते। मीन्स इट्स ऑब्वियस दैट थर्ड रेशियो इज श्योरली नॉट इक्वल्स टू सेकेंड और द फर्स्ट। ये तो बहुत क्लियर है ना, इट इज 1/2। तो यहां से m का कैसा कैसा वैल्यू पॉसिबल है? m के दो टाइप के वैल्यूज पॉसिबल है। क्या? देखिए ये थर्ड तो नॉट इक्वल है ही, ये तो कंफर्म हो गया इसको देख करके, बट यदि आप पहले दूसरे को इक्वेट कर लीजिए तो नो सॉल्यूशन का वैल्यू मिल सकता है, और यदि पहले दूसरे को नॉट इक्वल कर लीजिए तो यूनिक सॉल्यूशन मिल सकते हैं। सो दिस क्वेश्चन द m कैन हैव यूनिक सॉल्यूशन और नो सॉल्यूशन। सो राइट हियर, सो m कैन हैव, यहीं से हम कंक्लूड करते हैं। सो हियर, सो राइट और राइट हियर, दोबारा थोड़ा एक्सप्लेनेशन लिख लीजिए। हियर दिस 1/2 may be equals to m/4, but surely it is not equals to 1/2. okay, मीन्स आप इस m को इसके इक्वल कर लीजिए, ये तो 1/2 के इक्वल होगा ही नहीं। क्यों? क्योंकि ये 1/2 है, ये -1/2 है, एक ये पॉसिबिलिटी है। और आप यहां से ये कर सकते हैं कि 1/2 ये बिल्कुल इक्वल नहीं हो m/4 के, हो सकता है कि हम इस साइड इक्वेट करके हम m का वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करें। ओके स्टूडेंट, सो से from the first situation what we are getting, this gives us the condition for no solution। इसका ये मीनिंग है कि ये अपने को नो सॉल्यूशन वाला m का वैल्यू देगा। बट यदि आप इसमें चले जाएंगे तो देखिए स्टूडेंट, थर्ड वाले से मतलब नहीं रहता है। यदि पहला फर्स्ट a1/a2 इज नॉट इक्वल्स टू b1/b2, दिस कैन गिव्स अस द यूनिक सॉल्यूशन। ओके, हम इनफाइनाइट सॉल्यूशन तो लगा ही नहीं सकते हैं। क्यों? क्योंकि 1/2 एंड -1/2 तो कभी इक्वल हो ही नहीं सकता है। तो ये तो हमारा मैथ्स का ही वायलेशन हो जाएगा कि ये दोनों रेशियो इक्वल। तो नो सॉल्यूशन यहीं से पता चलता है नहीं है। तो राइट, फॉर नो सॉल्यूशन, यदि हमें नो सॉल्यूशन चाहिए, m का वैल्यू क्या होगा? तो हम पहले वाले को अप्लाई कर लें, 1/2 should be equals to m/4 only. This implies m obtained is 2. For यूनिक सॉल्यूशन, यदि आप यूनिक सॉल्यूशन लेंगे, यहां से आपको m के वैल्यू निकालने हैं, तो अप्लाई करिए। देखिए इसको तो भूल जाइए क्योंकि ये मैटर ही नहीं करता है यूनिक सॉल्यूशन में वेदर दिस इज इक्वल्स टू c1/c2 और नॉट। So simply 1/2 not equals to m/4. So this implies m should not equals to 2. तो यदि m 2 नहीं है तो यूनिक सॉल्यूशन होगा, यदि m 2 है तो नो सॉल्यूशन होगा. ओके, इट इज लाइक दिस वन. बट क्या इसके इनफाइनाइट सॉल्यूशन हो सकते हैं? इनफाइनाइट सॉल्यूशन नहीं हो सकते. ओके स्टूडेंट, सो m कैन हैव एनी अदर वैल्यू 5 6 7 -2 फॉर द यूनिक सॉल्यूशन. आप कुछ भी ले लीजिए. सो दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट टुडेज क्लास स्टूडेंट. वी हैव लर्न द की थिंग्स ऑफ लीनियर इक्वेशन. लीनियर इक्वेशन का आपको हमने आज सॉल्यूशन नहीं सिखाया, हमने ये बताया कि लीनियर इक्वेशन में कितने सॉल्यूशंस हो सकते हैं, वो सॉल्यूशन हम कैसे फाइंड आउट करेंगे, व्हाट आर द कंडीशंस, एंड बेस्ड ऑन द कंडीशंस even some unknown coefficient can also be determined. Okay student, so this was all about today's class.